Hello everyone and welcome to episode 13 of our AEW Universe mode, and we are back on All Elite Wrestling's Tuesday Night Dynamite, our first show after our AEW Aftershock pay-per-view. Out here first, again in a number one contenders match for the tag team championships, it is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and they will be taking on a tag team new to AEW. We're yet to know who that is, but hopefully Gallows and Anderson can finally get some success within AEW. Well, would you look at that? Former NXT tag team champions and Raw tag team champions Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, The Revival are in AEW, and they are here to look to challenge the Hardy Boys in our next pay-per-view for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Without further ado, let's get into this match. Here we go then. I'm going as the Revival in this one. It's going to be Dash Wilder and Luke Gallows starting this one out, and Gallows immediately on the attack, but Wilder counters it with a DDT quickly. Wilder with an immediate Irish whip. Gallows bounces out of the corner, countering with a strike. Wilder flips over. Now what's he looking for? Look at that, the final cut, and amazing strength shown by Dash Wilder into the pin, but Luke Gallows able to kick out early. This is a new approach for the club. They often start with Anderson in the ring first, so Gallows is probably less used to starting off a match in first, but with how they've been performing recently, you think they have got to try something new. At the moment, it could go either way. Gallows sends Wilder into the corner, and Wilder grabbing Anderson off the apron, and a suplex. Looked for a clothesline on Gallows. Gallows countered into the drop toe hold. Now knee to the back of Wilder. What's he looking for now? Goes for the cover after thinking about it, and Wilder quickly out of it. Now perhaps he was going to look for the tag, but there was nothing there. Wilder sent over the top rope. Gallows with a big boot on the outside. There's a considerable size advantage here. Unlikely that you haven't noticed that already. But Wilder does counter, doesn't stop him from doing that. Back inside the ring we go, and the quickness of Wilder into the clothesline, clubbing Gallows from behind, and now into the corner again. This time the tag is made. Wilder, look at the strength as Dawson delivers a leg drop. And a second leg drop this time. Just across the top of the head from a standing position. Dawson with a clothesline. Gallows looks to be in a bit of trouble here. Crawling, trying to find his partner Anderson, and a kick from Gallows. What's he looking for here? Whatever it was, Dawson gets out of it. Looked like he might have been trying to take Dawson towards the corner of the club. And another clothesline. So the Revival looking very impressive so far here. Back into the corner we go. Perhaps another tag. In comes Wilder again. Up into the fireman's carry. And look at that. Incredible teamwork and chemistry shown by the former Raw Tag Team Champions. Irish whip off the ropes and a big chop. Now Wilder staring down. Carl Anderson saying, yeah, we're not even going to let you in on this match. We'll take care of you, buddy. That's Wilder now. Look to Irish whip. Luke Gallows. But Gallows finally countering. And now in comes Carl Anderson. Off the ropes. And a boot of doom. What a move we've seen so often. I'm pretty sure that the Revival have been on the wrong end of that sometime. But Wilder manages to counter back. Hits the flying forearm. Anderson into the corner and a huge clothesline. As Wilder now climbing the ropes. A debut match here, remember, in AEW. Looking to make their mark. Now a tag team division. What does Wilder have in store here? Crossbody. Impressive stuff. Wilder. Anderson to his feet. Look at this. Oh, again, the knee to the back of Anderson. He's not looking in good nick. Into the corner. Could be looking for the Shadow Machine. But Anderson with some strikes to the midsection of Wilder. Big chop, but a chop of his own from Dash Wilder, and another big clothesline. Impressive striking strength from the two members of the Revival, but Anderson counters, sending Dash Wilder into the ring post. But Wilder escapes the bottom of the corner. Anderson countered with an elbow again. Into the corner goes Wilder, and back in comes Luke Gallows, re-energized. Wait a second, Magic Killer! Magic Killer into the cover. But Scott Dawson breaks up the pin, and a second time. And the referee taken out there. Dawson was looking to take out Gallows, it looked like. And Dawson attacking Gallows from behind. Luke Gallows to the outside now. Looked like he was pretty upset with Dawson, and you'd expect him to be. And an enziguri delivered by Wilder, who could have easily connected with the ref as well. To the outside we go. Wilder sends Luke Gallows into the table. And now just bouncing the skull of Luke Gallows off the table. Throwing him into the apron. And again into the announce table. Look for the enziguri. Gallows countered with a huge hammer fist. But Dawson back. And a kick. Now Dash Wilder's come back inside the ring. Scott Dawson wants in. He's going to reset the count back to the outside. Sending Gallows back inside the ring. So Luke Gallows tried to find the tag. He couldn't make it. Big DDT. And that's busted Luke Gallows open into the pin. And kick out. And you feel that the next big move could do it here. Looked for a chop. Couldn't get all of it. Gallows is a big man. It's going to take a lot to bring him down. Dawson sent into the corner. Now Gallows can finally make the tag. Bring Anderson back in. Dawson sent off the ropes and a massive flapjack. Combining their strength, the Good Brothers. Anderson was looking for a chop. Counters the reversal with a fireman's carry. Now Anderson taken out. Big kick to the midsection. Wrenching the arm. And impressive stuff from Scott Dawson into the pin. But Anderson does kick out. He is in much better shape than his tag team partner, who might have been on the verge of eating a pinfall here tonight. A clothesline from Scott Dawson. And he now is on a finisher. A signature, sorry. He could be looking to hit here. Dawson sending him into the corner. Might have been looking for the tag. And look at Dash Wilder just grabbing Carl Anderson, suplexing him to the outside. Now he's going to just drag him back. Gallows can only watch on from the opposing corner. Scott Dawson back inside. Great teamwork from the Revival, helping each other out in a time of need. Now they were trying to make the tag again. And Scott Dawson can't seem to get Anderson in the corner. Carl Anderson Sending Dawson across the ring. But Dawson counters. Back and forth we go. Dash Wilder was trying to come inside the ring. Oh, and Dawson tried to use the advantage to take Gallows out. But Gallows with a series of kicks. Stunning Dawson. Anderson's taking advantage here. But again, Scott Dawson counters it. Into the corner again. And the finisher. Could he be looking for it here? Wrong way round, but the Shatter Machine connects into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Scott Dawson there preventing Luke Gallows from getting to the pin with a suplex. And the Revival are going on to face the Hardy Boys at our next pay-per-view. More bad luck for the good brothers Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. But credit to the Revival, they've made a huge impact here on their debut night. Let's move in to our next match. And Pete Dunne is here tonight. And look at him facing up to Kurt Angle here backstage. Pete Dunne, perhaps the newest member of the AEW roster. But he's facing up to Kurt Angle, our television champion. And these two are going to go at it backstage. Right hands from Pete Dunne. A big kick. Now Pete Dunne sending Kurt Angle into our locker room. And now looking for an uppercut. Angle knocking Pete Dunne back outside into the corridor here. And Angle looking to take advantage. Pete Dunne countered it. And turning Angle into a German suplex. Pete Dunne now retreating to the locker room. Fetching a steel chair. And he's going to face up to Kurt Angle and a chair shot across the head. And now Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, with chair shots to the back of our television champion, the WWE Hall of Famer. Pete Dunne drags Angle into the middle of the locker room. And look at this vertical suplex powerbomb. No. Angle counters it. And a belly to belly on the floor back there. And now Angle fetching a second steel chair. Hitting it on the back of Pete Dunne. And he landed on the first one. Now Pete Dunne working the leg. Kurt Angle that was working the leg, sorry. Pete Dunne moves out of the way. Bridging into a German suplex. Showing him, you know what, Angle, your Germans are nothing. Pete Dunne again hyping himself up with a chair across the back of Angle. And now look at this. Pete Dunne with the bin. The steel trash can. But Kurt Angle's not going to let it happen. Look at this. Again, turning Angle around. A German suplex for the third time. And again, Pete Dunne's going to fetch that bin. Trying to get the bin. And get it over Kurt Angle's head. And a drop kick. Kurt Angle's head was inside the bin. And Pete Dunne delivered a drop kick with devastating impact. Angle countered the signature, but Pete Dunne still on top. Delivering it into Gurry and a huge forearm strike. Now fetching the briefcase off the table. Kurt Angle moves out of the way of the first strike, but clubs it across the head. And now Pete Dunne. Again, Angle moves out of the way, but he eats a briefcase shot with the second one. A big stomp from Dunne. Kurt Angle is in trouble here. This brutal assault continues. Now Pete Dunne was again looking for that signature. Angle counters, this time with a German of his own. Could he be looking for the angle slam? Sending Pete Dunne into one of the lockers. And the angle slam to Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne could be out. Kurt Angle perhaps looking for a powerbomb into one of the lockers. But Pete Dunne rolls through. Rolls through. From behind now. What is this? Look at the... Oh my god! The impact on the neck. We'll have a TV champion. And now a powerbomb. Angle's head connecting with that briefcase. Pete Dunne looking for a second powerbomb. This time connecting with a chair. And Dunne. This time, can he finally connect with that signature? Angle's back all over the chair. My god. And Pete Dunne's brutal assault continues here. But Angle's going to counter that. And Angle now sending Pete Dunne into one of the locker areas again. Pete Dunne counters. Sending Angle into that locker. And Pete Dunne, what the hell is he looking for here? He's got Angle up and a powerbomb. And as we move into our main event, Edge gets his shot at the United States Championship. A match that he earned by defeating Christian at Aftershock pay-per-view only 2 nights ago. And you must be feeling that Edge thinks he has the momentum. But also does the man who holds the US title after defeating Luke Harper the same night where Edge earned his opportunity. So let's get him out here. That man is, of course, Kenny Omega. And you've got to say that title looks good around his waist as he gets ready to go here tonight against Edge. His first ever US title defense. What a match we're going to have ourselves here. 2 men with lots of experience in the industry. Arguably a dream match. Without further ado, let's see if Kenny Omega can defend his title here tonight. And some respect shown between these two, even after what Edge has overcome and somewhat of a character change. He still has the respect for Omega and his time in the industry. Omega starting off well with a basement dropkick and driving Edge into the corner. But Edge coming back, working the arm of Omega, and you feel that if Edge can neutralise that one-winged angel, or even work the legs and take out the V-trigger, that could be clinical. And it could be the deciding factor. Edge, of course, he only needs to hit 1 spear as he delivers a bulldog, sending Omega across the ring. Omega counters with an enziguri. Now Omega looked for the spinning kick. Edge countered it. The drop toe hold from Omega. And look at this. Just stamping on the back. Now Omega. Enziguri again. Edge was trying to roll out of the ring. Omega's not going to allow it. And look at that big strike. Omega across the ring. Goes Edge. Trying to get him up to the top rope. Counter from Omega. Up to the top rope we go. Edge counters. Not going to allow it. Irish whip. Off the rope goes Omega. Ducks underneath. And a big boot from Edge. Rated R superstar. Not taking any precautions here tonight. Pulling out the big moves early on and a kick out from Omega. Counter from Omega. Looking again for an Insiguri. And look at this from Edge. Big stomp. Irish whip. And Edge now catapulting Omega. Flapjack. Into the pin. Cover. 1. Kick out by our US champion. He's not going to go down that easily. It's been pretty even so far. An inverted Frankensteiner. That is impressive stuff. And wait a second. What the hell's going on? What is Cesaro? The Swiss Superman from behind with the all-in briefcase. And what the? He's cashing in. Cesaro's cashing in. He's cashed in. He's all in. Money in the Bank contract. He can use that on either the US Championship or the Television Championship, but he's clearly used it here tonight. And now he's got the sharpshooter on Edge. And we're under triple threat rules now. Kenny Omega doesn't have to be involved in a pinfall, and Edge just tapped out. Cesaro is your new United States Champion. And that is how you use a Money in the Bank contract from behind with the briefcase. And just like that, under triple threat rules, submits Edge, the challenger, and wins the United States title. What a way to end this episode of the show. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.